Hello and welcome to another video on this beautiful channel, which you are hopefully subscribed to already, but if not, leave a sub, otherwise I will do absolutely nothing. But you are probably here for One Piece content, or you just saw the title and wanted to comment dickhead and leave, so let's get going. Disclaimer: One Piece is a trashy show and I do believe that I would do a way better job than Oda, and I can't understand why people watch it.
Wait a minute!
Wait, what? No, of course not. I do have a brain, I am joking. The intention of this is to present points I came up with, which should make One Piece better than it already is, or at least in my opinion better than it already is. Because yes, fans claim that One Piece may be perfect, but it actually isn't perfect. It's really good, but it's not perfect. There's always stuff you can do better. But yada yada yada. Point 1. Killing more people. Ah yes, a classic criticism point, isn't it? Although at the moment at Wano, Oda seems to be more willing to actually kill people, especially pre-timeskip he wasn't. Just a few examples, but I'm sure you already know them. Pell survived a bomb exploding right next to him. Viper survived despite us being told that he should die after using the dials multiple times. Remember this giant child? Yes, she also survived an overdose of drugs. And by overdose, I mean she ate hundreds of deadly pills and will probably live till she's 100 years old. Also, this happened to Usopp's skull. So yes, you can see what I'm going for. Now, there are two ways of handling this. One, don't even put characters in these situations. It's only a cheap way to create tension and has only risen more questions afterwards so far, so yes. Like, how the fuck did they survive this? 2, actually kill the people. Now, obviously, Usopp is the exception, since he is the member of the Straw Hat. But why didn't Oda kill the other 3 characters I just mentioned? It's not like they got any relevancy in the story afterwards. And yes, you could say that it makes the deaths that actually happen in the show more special. But do you really think people would care less when Ace died because some exclusive for this arc side character died before him? Cool. Moving on with point 2, which actually ties into point 1 and is a little more specific. Remember this guy? I barely do, because last time he was relevant was at Enies Lobby 600 fucking episodes ago. I don't ask for every character of the Straw Hats to be equally relevant, but surely you could give Robin, Chopper and Frankie more screen time, right? But my feature guest in the video will talk about that later in the video, so I just wanted to focus on Chopper. And with Chopper, I wanted to give out a suggestion what I would do with Chopper, because remember, this dude's a doctor. The giant girl I talked about earlier, Mocha, remember how I said why not kill her? And remember how Chopper was kinda invested in healing those kids? My suggestion: make Chopper fight for her life so we see more of his doctoring action, and make her die afterwards so we see him fail too. Just like Luffy failed pre-timeskip, like the last 200 pre-timeskip episodes. Make Chopper fail too, but in a smaller way. This would lead to so much character moments for him, because either he becomes depressed first or he becomes more determined to find a cure for every illness, which is his goal. It's not like he would be stealing spotlight from someone in Punk Hazard as well. Point 3. Move Luffy's flashback before Impel Down and not after Ace's death. Make Hancock ask for why he wants to save Ace and then give us the flashbacks. It's that easy. Marineford and Impel Down were great, but I believe if we had the flashbacks beforehand, it would have hit different and we would have been more invested. Before, let's be real, we only ever saw Luffy interact with Ace once before he died, and upping those numbers would make the experience better, at least for me. The experience of him dying. So yes, I would enjoy him dying more. Yes, it's weird when I say it out loud. Point 4 might be a little extreme. Oda has plans in One Piece, yes. So maybe in the end the Foxy Pirates saved the world. But let's be real. If Davy back arc has no relevancy to the overall story, why even include it? Point 4. Delete Long Ring Island arc. If Oda just wanted to do fun stuff with nothing on the stakes, that's fine. But the Straw Hats fought him like a couple of times, and at some point it got really boring. Instead of giving it an own arc, hear me out, why not make it a subplot in Thriller Bark, or more specifically at the beginning of Thriller Bark? Just make the Foxy Pirates zombie versions of themselves and make the fights more brief this time, and maybe like mostly 3 rounds. That should be way better paced than what we have right now. And if somehow Oda planted some important stuff into the Long Ring Island arc, which will become important later, he could have also planned it in a much smaller subplot, since there won't be 200 things becoming important later in the Long Ring Island, but maybe at max like 1 or 2 things. The location also didn't really matter, so doing it in Thriller Bark would suit the arc and it make it a much more enjoyable experience. Of course, you also have to cut out some parts of early Thriller Bark, but that also shouldn't be a problem, to be honest. I mean, genuinely, overall you could just put in Thriller Bark and Long Ring Island and nobody would have complained, and you could have made one arc from these 2. But yes, these were my 3 parts, and today we actually got a first. My first feature guest. The YouTuber Wronin will present you one other point which he thought could improve One Piece. So yes, go check out his channel. Before you do, you could also like subscribe to my channel and then subscribe to his channel. But yeah, whatever. From me at least, bye!
Alright guys, so I have come on this channel to shit on One Piece. To give constructive criticism to One Piece. So let's get started. Now we all know that One Piece is pretty much the king of world building, but my problem with it is that this world building in One Piece often comes at the cost of our main characters. Let me explain how. So basically, one of the most important parts of world building is having numerous characters that makes a vast world feel alive. And One Piece has these characters. You got characters like Rebecca, that one-legged toy guy in Dressrosa. You got Tama, the backstory of the scabbards that make Wano feel real, and things like that. But the problem is, having these many characters have compromised how the Straw Hats. Take Robin for example. Her character arc till Enies Lobby was lit AF. But post time skip, she does some stuff here and there, a little bit of fighting fodder, and that's it. Same can be said about Frankie. Basically, if your name is not Luffy, you are getting fucked at some point of the story. And this is happening because of these 1 million side characters. So instead of giving detailed backstories to characters like Shinobu and Rebecca, I would rather cut some of their screen time and give that to Straw Hats. And also have them interact more, man. Like, I don't even remember the last time, let's say, Zoro and Nami had a decent conversation. These days, scabbards feel more important than how the Straw Hats, but Straw Hats are supposed to be the main characters, and hence they should always be the priority, in my opinion, of course.